Welcome to day 60 of our GCSE 5 a day, and we start with a decimal subtraction. And the key point here is to make sure that our decimal points are lined up. If we do that, we're not going to go wrong. So we're start with 6.2 and we're taking away 2.73. First point to be sure of here is that this is a 0 in this space here. Okay, and we're going to start at the right and work left. So first of all, 0 take away 3. Well, 3 is bigger than 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to take from the previous column, which is 10 times bigger, and add a 10 on here. So 0 and 10 is 10. So we now got 10 take away 3 is 7. Same situation again. 1 take away 7. 7 is bigger than 1. So I'm going to take something 10 times bigger from this column here. So my 1 has had 10 added to it, so it's now 11. 11 take away 7 is 4. My decimal place is safely in line and already there. 5 take away 2, 3. So there we have our answer, 3.47. Nugget to go away and practice on century, 6.04. Okay, well, question 2, we are collecting like terms, but with the added complication here that we have got some decimals. So what do we know here? Well, A is 1A, but we don't write in the 1. We've got 1A here. So when we're collecting like terms, everything is an A here. So we have 1 plus 0.4 plus 1. So we've got some decimals to add together. Now, since we were just doing this in question 1, I'm going to just show that the same principles apply here. So we're trying to add these things up. Let's make sure all our decimal points line up in order in all the numbers we're adding and also in our answer. Let's also remember that this empty space here is a 0. So we have 0, 4, 0, all added up is 4, 1 and 1 is 2. So there we have our answer is 2.4A. So a couple of nuggets that are relevant here. If it's to do with the adding decimals, have a look at 6.02. If you want some general practice with collecting like terms, then go to nugget 17.04. Either or both of those will serve you well. Okay, well, we've actually got quite a lot to do here and 2 basic skills. So we first of all need to know what this word means here, work out the sum of. Well, the sum means add. So we're going to calculate 10% of 420 and we're going to add to it half of 70. So let's do those separate skills together. Let's start with the percentage. 10% of 420. This is one of our key skills. 10% is 10 out of 100, which simplifies to 1 over 10. And so that tells us that what we are doing to find a tenth is to divide by 10. So what I want here is 420 divided by 10. We are dividing by 10. We are moving everything 1 digit to the right. So the 4 goes here, the 2 goes here, and the 0 goes here. The decimal point stays where it is. Half of 70, well, in the same way that a tenth was dividing by 10, this is dividing by 2. So let's divide 70 by 2. How many 2's go into 7? 3 with 1 remainder. How many 2's go into 10? 5. So we are adding up 42 and 35, which comes to 7, 7. So our answer is 77. Nugget to go and practice. If you need to practice calculating 10% of something, and you must be able to do this going into your GCSE exam, calculating fractions of numbers, 4.29. So there's 2 good nuggets to go and practice there. Okay, question 4. We're asked how many points did Bath Rugby score? We're told that a win is worth 5 points. Well, these are the wins here. How many of them are there? Okay, well, we can read on the graph there that there are 13. And they're each worth 5 points. So 5 and 5 and 5, or repeated adding of the same number is multiplication. So we've got 13 times 5 for the wins. A draw is worth 2 points. How many of those are there? Okay, well, there are 7 that we can see there. So that's 7 times 2. The loss is worth nothing, so we can ignore those. So all we're worried about is draws and the wins. Well, 2 sevens is 14. If we're not sure about 13 times 5, let's just do that over here. 3 fives are 15. Let's just carry 1. 1 and 5. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 1. Okay, so there we have it. That those two add up to 65. We want to add those together. 5 and 4 is 9. 6 and 1 is 7. So the answer there, 79. 2 nuggets that I think are worth going and practicing. 3.13, but also in relation to bar charts, 50.04. Have a quick look at those two. Okay, question 5. This is one of the more complicated solving questions that you're likely to come across. And let's see what some of the complicated elements are. Well, first of all, it looks as if we've got a bracket that we need to expand. So let's just do that first of all. The 3 is going to apply to both things. 3 times 4x is 12x. And 3 times 9 is 27. So minus 27 equals 2x plus 30. When we're solving something, what we're aiming for is x equals something or something equals x. We need to get x on its own, and the steps that we're going to take have to ensure that our equation remains balanced, that the two sides remain equal. So whatever we do to the left-hand side, we have to make sure is done to the right-hand side too. So each of the steps that I'm going to take here is going to make our equation look simpler. At the moment, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms in it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 2x. And as I've just said about balance, I have to do that to both sides. So 12x, take away 2x, is 10x. The 27 is unaffected. Now, this 2x take away 2x is nothing. So all I've got on my right-hand side now is this 30. So we've come down from 4 terms to 3 terms. I want x on its own, so I now want to get rid of this taking away 27. In order to do that, I'm going to add 27, which I have to do to both sides to retain balance. So 10x minus 27 plus 27, well, that's nothing, isn't it? Those two cancel out. So all I've got is my 10x equals 30 plus 27, which comes to 57. If I know what 10 of something is, then I can find out what one of them is by dividing by 10. So 10x divided by 10 is just x, which is what I'm after. X equals 57 divided by 10, 5.7. And the nugget to go and practice, which is some quite difficult solving puzzles like this, 19.16, a really good nugget to graduate to if you've been making progress with your solving equations. Well, that's the end of our notes and solutions for day 60. If you've got any questions, please ask your maths teacher for help.